Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Elder Scrolls Online webcast and podcast, brought to you by Alith, the fun, no pressure, social and casual ESO guild based on the European mega server. Welcome to episode 15 of Alith-Cast Live. Hello, and welcome to the show. Say hi to the dog.
Hi, dog.
I'm Chris Hawk, and with us tonight, as always, it's Gareth Sarge.
Hello. I try to get out of this one, but
no such luck.
We need more Alith-Cast
presenters, then he can have a night off.
Yes, presenters. Yeah. I was going to say volunteers, but presenters would be cool.
It's purely voluntary, yeah, you don't get paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's not what I was led to believe, but yeah, bitter disappointment and all that. And back with us tonight, our resident theory crafter and tank extraordinaire, it's GeraintAmbrosia. Hello, mate. Welcome back.
Hello.
And you're still muted.
Am I really?
But, there we go.
Hi, everyone. Glad to be back. With cats.
Back from the dead.
Yeah,
with cats.
With cats,
yep.
Yes. It's been a while, mate.
Yeah, like 6 months or so.
Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't been very frequent with the old Alith-Casts, but we're getting frequenter, if that's even a word.
Yeah, getting
so
frequent.
Very frequent, hopefully. Yeah. So on tonight's show, we have two sections basically. We've got our usual round of member awards, which are now back on track. And we've got just some general, let's throw it about that thing that what's the name of the patch again that's coming out?
On Tamriel.
Next week, one Tamriel, yeah, that thing. Yeah.
That monstrosity that is one Tamriel.
Let's talk about that. I don't know, you know what I mean? A little mini sort of incremental patch, but there you go.
It's great.
We're going to have a chat about that.
Yeah.
So I think kicking us off, let's get straight into it with the Alith Member Awards, and it's over to you, Gareth.
Over to me.
Over to you.
So it's always difficult to do the Alith Member Awards because all you're literally doing is reading names from a list.
Yes.
And often when you say these names, you could be getting them completely wrong. So I'm going to apologize now before we start to anybody whose name I pronounce incorrectly. Fortunately for me, though, I have two co-hosts with me, and I've kind of bullied them into doing at least a third of the list each, so we'll crack on. So as you know, there are a number of awards that we give our members as we progress and as they progress within Alith. I think we'll start with the most coveted, our guild champions. So guild champions are nominated by the officers, so the officers kind of band together and we have a conversation, and I know it was a long conversation that we all had together over the course of the last sort of 2 weeks or so, or week or so, discussing. But we think we've come up with 3 absolutely smashing guild champions.
Absolutely.
So without further ado, I'll name who they are. Our number 1 guild champion, and there are 3. Number 1 is Neffin. Congratulations, Neffin.
Well done.
Yay. Well done. Well deserved. Just to say a little bit about Neffin. So a little while ago, I'd probably say about a month or 2 ago, Alith was quite short in recruitment champions.
Absolutely.
And Neffin absolutely stepped up to the plate. She was the only recruitment champion for a while, and she basically took all of her personal time and just climbed on, carried on recruiting for Alith, hardly getting any time to actually play the game, but stepped in all the time, did a recruitment, and congratulations, Neffin. I think it's well deserved.
Definitely well deserved. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So for our next guild champion, this guy gets nominated every single time we have one of these. And you know what? As long as I've been in Alith, I don't think I've ever seen someone more dedicated to playing the game. I know that sometimes playing games is part of his job, but he definitely doesn't do that with Alith. He's on the game constantly. He's always running around, and no matter what situation, he's there. You'll find him there, and he's very good at all of the different elements in this game, whether it be PvE, PvP, dungeons, it doesn't matter. He's always in the thick of it. So well done to Bladed, of course.
Well done.
Congratulations, Bladed.
Again,
And
well
then-
deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. And our final guild champion. There's a lot I could say about this guy. He is very much loved in Alith. Everybody loves him. I don't know how many times I've run my normal dungeon for that day with this chap. I think the best way to describe him would be with a single word, and I'm 100% sure everybody will know who I'm talking about when I say this word, and that is badass Alithia. Any giveaways? No? Congratulations, Crash.
Well done.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Crash.
congrats, Crash.
Guaranteed to bring a smile to your face every time you log in. It's fantastic.
So those are our kind of our 3 guild champions. So congratulations to you guys. The next award that we're going to be talking about is Above and Beyond. So rather than go through every individual person, I think it's important that these guys are recognized, not just myself, but we all sat down, had a good chat about this list. Above and Beyond is literally anybody in the guild that is constantly stepping above the average player who just logs on and plays their own game. They're always out helping people, crafting gear for people, setting up trials for people, really just genuinely helping anybody in the guild that needs help. So all of you guys, thank you very much for all the hard work that you put into the guild. Just to go through the list, and there's a couple of doubles. So we've got another Crash Diet, we've got Stillwater, Kettle Pip, Nick, Loin, Geralt, Carolinu, Buckle Huckle, Sods, Davy Wavy, Fu, Mip, Zenshi, Maxime, Pema, Mr. Red, Roy, and of course Bladed again. So thank you very much, guys,
Yeah, good
for
stuff.
all the hard work, and congratulations.
Indeed.
So I think I'm handing over to Chris now. Is that right,
Yes.
Chris? You're going to be doing party animals for us.
So, yeah, the party animal section is basically, you log in, you say hello in chat, and you read the conversations, and it's the guys who make you smile. It's the guys who are in there keeping the, well, I was saying keeping the tone of the conversation up, apart from when I go in and lower the tone of the conversation, but yeah, making you smile, giving you the nice warm and fuzzies when you log in each day, and generally being crazy as well, which we appreciate. So, without further ado, they are Caroline, Kettle Pip, Cygnus, Demon Shade, Crash again,
Yeah, Crash is nominated all the way through.
Karnag, Zenshi, Buckle Huckle, Joey Steele, Rainbow Zod, Rage 86, and Iselda. Well done, guys. Keep it up.
Well done, guys.
Keep
Yeah,
it-
you absolutely make it worthwhile logging in every day.
Definitely.
Every day, you got your party animals kicking it up a storm. That's awesome. We hope to see you tomorrow.
Yes. Shall we throw it in there? Shall we throw it in
Shall
the
we?
mix? In the mix.
We
Yeah.
can do. It's not a bad idea. Party animals.
Yeah. Someone, a little bird whispered in my ear that it was Alith's 7th birthday.
Oh, it was.
7
For
years,
those of you who
indeed.
don't know.
So we'll keep it quick tomorrow from 11 a.m. I believe.
Correct. Yeah. 11 a.m.
Yeah, 11
Naked
a.m.
cliff diving.
Yeah, naked cliff diving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
naked is awesome.
Traditional
That
pursuit.
everybody knows.
Yeah.
12
we
p.m.
can-
We've got Officer Hide and Seek.
yes.
Do you want me to crack on? Yeah.
Yeah, crack on. Yeah.
3:30 we have Officer Says. At 8 p.m. we have a brand new, and you know what? I'm quite disappointed with Claire because she's created this amazing new event. Everyone's going to be so excited, and unfortunately we're going to probably be in a raid, so I'll have to have a chat with them and see if we can change the time there. But it's called Adventure Hunt, and that starts at 8 p.m. Subject to change. And then we have at 10 p.m. a fancy dress competition, along with a whole host of dancing, I imagine.
Into the wheel.
And then we also have the screenshot competition, so that's currently ongoing on the forums. So for those of you who haven't seen it, get on the forums and get your screenshots in. And I'm also told that our resident Alith DJ will be joining us for most of the day, I hope. So it should be a lot of fun. Hope to see you all there.
Apart from when he's raiding.
Who? Alith DJ? Yeah, absolutely. Apart from when he's raiding.
While we are talking about competitions, I think we are doing a competition during this cast, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only problem I have is that I don't see the Twitch chat, but so someone of you guys must type in the secret word.
But do we type it into Twitch? Or do we
No,
just
it's all
talk about it?
They'll be able to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, they can
Good.
hear you.
Well, yeah, the words are not too hard, so during the show we will do like we did on the last cast also, like we have 3 different competitions. All 3 of them are the same. Basically, we will give you a word, and you type in the word, and Bell will run his random number generator, and we'll pick a winner. And for each of the competition, we have a 20k gold winning pot. So
Our
60k
prices have
total.
skyrocketed.
Yeah.
We're giving away a lot more than we used to. Guild bag's taking a knock, but I'm guessing
Otherwise,
that's
sucks,
all
yeah.
for the good. All we have to do is skip taking a guild trader for 1 week, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, nice go.
Okay, so the first word is birthday. So
Get typing,
type
folks.
in birthday, and Bell will run his randomness, and we'll pick the winner.
Generator, yeah. Randomness generator.
So while we're waiting for everybody to type that chat, now
Oh, I found the chat option now.
Oh, you found the chat. Our next
Because I'm a
section
Twitch
of
noob.
member awards.
So
I think Gareth,
we
that's
got
your job.
yeah, we got the Alith Elders now. So Alith Elders are those that have a vast knowledge of in-game theories and whatnot. And you can normally ask them of the hardest stuff in game, and they know what to do, be it dungeons or raids or whatnot. So without further ado, let's start with the Alith Elders. And they are Ollie,
Yeah.
Grievous, Nick. I don't know why Nick is on that list. I mean, he knows nothing. Then we have Lonin. I really like how Lonin is posting all the info on the forum. If you haven't checked it out yet, look in our forums. Lonin is
Yeah.
always posting the latest news and stuff.
Yeah, he finds really good finds. It's really
Yeah.
great.
It's even faster than myself when posting the patch notes now. So
He's beating you.
yeah.
Beating you in your own job.
So I let him do it. And last but not least, Kettle. So
Yeah.
congratulations. to you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Founts of
Yeah.
knowledge.
Kettle's an interesting one. He's only just started playing the game. I think he's got
yeah.
years and years of experience in MMOs, so you know it's definitely well deserved. I know he's given me a few pointers every now and again, which is great. So thanks a lot, guys.
Good stuff. Well
Awesome.
done.
Well done.
Yeah, then we also have the members champion winners who have been selected for being very helpful, friendly, and helping others, basically. So we have Davy Wavy, we have Mip, Zods, Bladed, Rainbow, Asp, Era, Luxurious. I hope I spelled that right.
Exuvious. Yeah.
Luxurious, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Virush, Emily Rose, Cygnus, and that Crash guy again.
That Crash guy.
Enough.
A badass.
Nice
Yeah,
going,
nice.
guys.
Well done, all. So that I
Yeah.
mean, what's quite important there is, you know, that's probably our most valuable list, guys, because that is who the members have voted for. So really, you guys should be
Absolutely.
You should be proud of yourselves. You guys are really making a good impression on the members. So well done and congratulations.
Yeah, just a little reminder for the competition, guys. It's with a capital B. So birthday with a big B, not with a small.
Does that matter? Does it
No.
matter?
Doesn't
No?
make
Yep.
the slightest bit of difference.
It shouldn't matter. Yeah.
That was just mean. Geraint, that was mean.
Yeah, you're getting everyone to retype it. Okay. So, senior member promotions. This is a big list, guys, so bear with us. If we say any mistake names, it's apologies already. We've already done that, but anyway. So, senior member promotions, just so you guys will know, if you've been with Alith for 6 months or more, you get promoted to senior member. Our guild is definitely growing in senior members. We have so many long-standing members. It's quite crazy. But anyway, this list is fairly big, so we'll crack on. We have Aaron ESO 93, Stiga, Eric the Viking, Falcon, Veka, Hugo Bourne, Niniv, K-Spear. We have Aaron Therion Nightzerk. We have Astrobal Morgoth or Stephenson. We have Extreme Exception, Dragon Dog, Villamies, Nemries, Zeninja, Finn, Ice Guys or East Guys. We have Yonga, 1512, Azuko, Trismeg, Euless, Imhotep, Skits, Gothic, Joey Steele, Laurelum, Teb, Wadeford, Hermhild, Annie Be Good, and Erin. Over to you, Chris.
Okay. Someone just typed in. We's just typed into chat that a tip for to stay forever young: log off for at least a month. It resets the elder timer.
Yeah.
So, next part of the list: Dovertard, Mick, Philippe, IGN1, Starfleet Command, Aslerd, Eloa, Rainiana, Pedro Kira, otherwise known as Despair Fang, I think, Cosmic Gravy, Talvas, Stillwater, Iron Jumper, Andres, Meepow, Mip, Pinhead, Gribbly, Neo Incendo, Drak Narak, Kalara2, Radrazrug, Rake Ice, Pipe Lighter, Lucafus, and Simca. Right, there we go.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I take the last part of them. I mean, it's really nice to have so many people that are like 6 months in Alith. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope I have the easy list here. I got Freaking Out, Joey Shrapnel 13, Quill, Pedamoir, TBTB 95, Stevomir, Sean Breach, Notel, Blues Driver, Lemonuria, Irkar, Assassin UK, Aerontov, Questel, Jan 69, Indian Boy, Atlanter, Jawtoons, Bird Scrolls Online 7, Bzz, Rainbow Zod, Tyrion 87, Lickle M, Daily, and Akatosh. Congrats to you all.
Oh, Akatosh.
Yeah. Congratulations, guys.
Sorry.
I agree. We're going to have to change senior member promotion to 1 year.
Just bowing to the dragon god of time there. Yeah, well done, guys.
Well done, everyone.
So, do we have a winner?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. Oh,
Oh,
great bell.
We've got the list, by the way, for those of us who are calling it out. You can read it up there, so congratulations, guys.
Our giveaway winner is Rainiana. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations. Is that 20k gold?
Will be winging its way to you. Well, yeah, you can just rob Bell when you get online next time. He's got deep pockets. Although allegedly very short arms, but hey, there you go.
Or allegedly.
Allegedly.
We saw him the other day. So
yeah, I was the token Yorkshireman, you know what I mean? So I'm supposed to be the one with deep pockets and short arms, you know, but
He's the T-Rex of Alith.
Yeah, yeah, you don't want to be asking a T-Rex for a drink, really, do you? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes. So let's make this short, guys. Let's keep this short.
Yeah. Well, we'll try.
Let's start with the sets and see you guys in like 2 hours.
Start with the sets.
Yeah.
It is a bit crazy there. I mean, there are so many sets. And to be fair, I mean, I've gone on the PTS. I have tested a couple of them. I'm actually pretty disappointed at how many of them, the light armor ones, are not necessarily amazingly great for light armor or for Magicka users. I actually think they've produced better sets for stamina users than they have done for the light Magicka users.
Yeah, there are some nice ones in the sets for stamina users. I mean, from my personal perspective, because there are so many, and creating a template character to test out each sort of, each type of set. And I mean, I'm not a tank or anything like that. It would take you ages, and it goes live on the 5th of October. So
yeah, I mean, we're gonna be able to do it when we're live anyway, aren't we? So
yeah,
I think.
So I mean, from my personal perspective, what I did was because we've had a EU character copy now. I went on to PTS and made a template character. Took everything off the template character because you get a great big bag of goodies and lots of gold. Chucked it in the bank. And then set off with my main at the moment, which is a Khajiit Standblade, and cherry picked a few of the sets that I thought, well, yeah, I quite like the sound of that, casual player's perspective. So, and what I went for was I didn't want to use any trials gear, because personally, I've been to sort of 2 normal trials, which are like a dungeon with lots of people. So I didn't use any trials gear, and I didn't go for master weapons or maelstrom weapons because I'm so inept I can't even get through normal maelstrom, let alone veteran maelstrom. And came up with, for my Standblade, I was using the Selene monster helm and shoulders from Selene's Web, which gives you a boost to max stamina. And the full set bonus is a 15% chance of a primal spirit damaging the closest enemy for 13,264 damage. And
physical damage.
Physical damage.
Physical damage.
That can happen every 4 seconds. That figure is based on a level 50 CP 300 character, by the way. So your mileage is going to vary.
It will.
On top of that, I went with the Tooth Row set, which drops from the Selene Monster Helm, by the way, drops from Selene's Web.
Yeah.
The Tooth Row set, which drops from Wayrest Sewers, and I went for a 5-piece, which is giving me, again, max stamina, 13,000 weapon critical, and the full set bonus is Major Savagery constantly, which is giving you at that level 2191 weapon crit all the time, and it gives you, why they've just tagged it on at the end, 97 weapon damage.
I like that. 100 weapon damage.
Yeah, so
that again is also dependent on level and so on and so forth, but I like that. Although I must say I don't know about the Major Savagery. I mean, you get that everywhere. You have skills that can give it to you, you have potions that can give it to you, so I'm confused as to why they've whacked them in. They've done the same thing for Magicka users, where you get the spell damage one, or spell power, or whatever it's called.
I mean, for me, what that meant is that I'm not having to include a Major Savagery into my rotation, such as
absolutely.
So,
solo play. When you're on your own and you're running around and you know, absolutely, and it's cheaper to run that build than it is having to pop potions all the time. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what a difference it's going to make, because you are losing something to gain that constant buff, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
In trials and stuff. So I don't know. I'll have to test it out. But you were saying you saw an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, well, on top of that, I've gone from the sets that I was using, the crafted sets that we're using in game onto PTS, as well as Tutho, I was using 5-piece, because now that the sets drop jewelry as well, you can go to a 5-5-2 split, which is what I did. So I've got a 5-piece automaton set on there as well, which is, for me, it gave me max health for a stand blade, but it meant that I could spend more points in stamina, max stamina, weapon damage, and then it gave me 386 weapon damage to all physical damage abilities. So it seemed cool at the time. And going from the Hunding's Rage Night Mother general sort of stand blade outfit, traditional stuff, it made a difference. I was quite happy with having cherry picked those sort of general drops in a dungeon, drops in an area where you can go and farm them. And I was quite chuffed. I went into Kraglawn and I was better in Kraglawn, although yes, they have toned down everything. Yeah. But yeah, it improved my personal DPS. And yeah, I'll be going into dungeons and and trying to get Celine's web stuff and Wayrest Sewers. Automaton comes from Darkshade Caverns, by the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely worth it. I mean, I don't know what. Have you guys got your eyes on any particular sets?
Yeah, I think so. For a Magicka user, sorry, Jaren, if you were going to say
no,
something there.
Go on. I think the general thing. So go.
The Lambrus is probably the one I'm going to aim for from a Crypt of Hearts one, I think it is.
Yeah.
You max Magicka, and then you deal flame shock damage. You have a 10% chance to summon a meteor shower. And I don't know if you've seen the graphic, but it looks awesome.
It really does.
And that deals about 1,300 damage to all enemies within a 4-meter radius every 1 second for 5 seconds. And each enemy that's each enemy that's affected by the status effect, it can occur, I think it's every 8 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting. I think it might be something to definitely trial. Definitely got to try using the Vulcan Scoria again.
Yeah.
And let's see, what else was there? There were some other interesting ones like Mother's Sorrow. I mean, that's just spell crit overload. Max Magicka, spell crit, and then you get this huge spell crit buff for the fifth bonus. I don't know if it's worth losing some of the other 5th bonuses that you get, but like you say, you do get jewelry now, so maybe you could run that as a second 5-piece. Nexus Touch is another interesting one for Magicka. I think the big problem with this Nexus Touch is the fact that you've got max health for your first 2, which is a bit irritating, but the third one is max Magicka, then you get spell damage plus 400 spell damage for the 5th bonus. 400x spell damage to all your shock abilities, so that might be one I'd try on my Sork with all of the lightning that she has. Definitely one to try. What were the other ones? Destruction Staff. So again, you've got the Spider Cultist Crowl. Again, 2-piece max Magicka, max health. Again, irritating. But then you get max Magicka spell damage, as well as adds 450 spell damage to your Destruction Staff abilities. Now, nowadays, most Sorks aren't using a lot of the Destruction Staff abilities, but it might be a big buff on your Force Pulse or Crushing Shock, so I don't know. Spinner's Garments. There's another nice, interesting one. 2 times max Magicka spell damage, plus 4,000 spell penetration. That's like having 2 sharpened swords on your back bar. I reckon that will make quite a big difference. Yeah, I mean, that's about it, really. There are some interesting ones, like you say, Treasure Hunter, 2 times spell crit with a max Magicka, and then you get that Major Prophecy at all times. He's increasing your spell critical rating by 2191. And then also at the very end adds another 100 spell damage. Something to try.
Let's not forget as well, right out of the bat, as soon as you come out of the tutorial, you can start collecting the training gear set, which gives you that sort of stats bonus and everything as you level up. So what about you, Geraint? What are you casting your glad eye over?
I try to keep it short. Basically, what I think Source should do when they are posting those patch notes and set info is to put the info of the set in.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
What
they
it
did
does. I mean, we have so many sets now, new ones and changed ones, that it's really hard for I wouldn't say people like me who were away for the game for like 2 months or so, but I mean, you have to basically depend on people that are either on the PTS or do data mining or post them whenever to even get a chance to look at the sets. If you, for example, I normally don't play in the PTS, so basically I have to look on the forums and hope that every set that is new or changed is listed somewhere in the 100,000 of threads on the forum, because the only thing you get is sometimes when they make bug fixes, Source puts in like this and this was changed in the set, but you basically don't know what the
Don't know
set
what it
really
was
does.
before.
Yeah, what the
So
original-
I don't know. I don't even know the number. What we get 40 or so sets now, with all the change,
something like
or
that.
48 or something like that. So
There's
it's
a lot.
really hard. It's really hard to distinguish every one of them. And from my raiders point of view, it doesn't really change too much on the status quo of raiding gear. I mean, you still run your Eben set, your I don't know, Bloodspawn, talking as a tank, Lord Warden maybe, and then you change it around with like Tavas and his Spark and I don't know what. But as nice as those sets maybe sound, they are basically not useful, or most of them are not useful for end game, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's nice to have them while leveling up, but let's be honest, you can level up a character in like 6 hours.
Yeah, a lot of
And
people are going to change really.
you can do it for testing out stuff in dungeons and so, but I mean, we had the discussion on the forums here in Alith too, like with when we presented the new Alith rating structure with like the prerequisites and stuff. That's how the game is. I mean, they can put in like thousands of sets, but there will be maybe only a handful that are useful for competitive end game rating or end game in general. And as long as they don't change it, I mean, some of the sets really look nice, but I personally won't use them because I don't even know how long it takes me to get those sets. I mean, we talk about it maybe now or later. We got a certain area where you can find the sets now with update 12, so basically you know where to farm sets, but still, I mean, even though you have your current gold gear enchanted now, and I mean, I don't think the prices for gold tempers will go down. So that's also a point, by the way, that I don't like, that those alloys are used for armor and for weapons. I really don't like that. I really would have like a temper just for weapons, be it like staffs and swords and whatnot, because if you are like a heavy armor user, they are like double the price than anything else.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that really hurts
It's
crafters.
balanced, really.
Yeah. I really don't like it, because if you're using the double swords are still the best, I would say, if you go for magic damage. So yeah, you basically have to have most of the time dual wield, and then you have to have those in gold. So and that's the tempering alloys.
Yeah.
Stamina characters are all using daggers or axes on the front bar, so it's all the same thing.
Yep.
No, I agree.
It's like double, sometimes triple the price than the other ones. So yeah, but I drifted off from the sets, but still, I think it's good that they bring in so many sets. On the other hand, I don't think they will change too much, at least in my gameplay.
In trials,
yeah.
There are some very interesting heavy armor ones, though. I mean, it's like they're trying to change things around, but they just haven't quite got it there. I mean, some of them, like this rattle cage, for example, it just seems such a weird set for heavy armor. I know that heavy armor has been quite heavily buffed. A lot of people are running heavy armor nowadays, especially in PvP. But rattle cage, you're getting max health, heavy armor now, right? Max health, 129 spell damage for the third buff, 129 spell damage for the fourth buff. Fifth buff, you gain major sorcery at all times, increasing your spell damage by 20%. Plus, you get 100 spell damage. It just seems such a weird heavy armor set. I mean, I can imagine,
isn't it?
yeah, like a tank Sork
Yeah.
would benefit quite nicely from that. But it is interesting.
Yeah. I think they. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No. I was go on. I was going to say about the next thing, but you carry on.
No, I'll just think that they made the starter sets that they made when the game came out or after the first patch or so. They were so strong that they are trying to bring in sets that are competing with those, but they can't really put in stuff like that is comparable. I mean, I'm still running my Histbark as a tank. I mean, that's one of the first sets, the craftable sets in the first when the game started, and it's still one of the best sets, at least for me. So
absolutely, yeah.
Even came out also. I think it was there right at the start, or at least at the first patch.
Yeah.
I mean, that they just buffed it, so it drops basically in the higher level now. But other than that, it was already there. They didn't change any of the bonus from the set. So I think they're trying to, but sometimes they put like the third or fourth or fifth part of the set is something that someone says then, yeah, it would be nice, but one part of that set is something that I don't need, and that's why I'm staying with the old one.
It's irritating, yeah, I know. I will say one more thing about the heavy armor, the Knight Errant Mail. That does seem interesting. Like, it's almost like a solo knight stroke solo tank build. We get max health, max stamina, weapon damage, and then your fifth bonus is weapon damage, fairly hefty amount on all one-hand and shield abilities. Plus, when you use a one-hand and shield ability, you heal for 1,200 health. So I can see me running around with my tank, and that's it, just soloing pretty much all of the stuff. It should be pretty awesome.
Yeah,
some
that's
skills,
interesting.
Yeah, decent damage, heavy tank. It should be good. It should be interesting.
So, yeah. And while we are at the sets, I think I have found one negative point on all of that. So we now know that those sets that drop are dropping for every slot now. So jewelry items too.
Yeah.
That leaves out the crafters. I mean, what are the crafters like me doing now when we can't craft the jewelry for our sets? Like I said, Histbark. Histbark is a craftable set. Tava's Favor is a craftable set. What are we doing here? Because we can't have the possibilities to juggle around those items in the slots because we can't craft jewelry. I mean, jewelry crafting was early on the list that it's coming sooner or later, and then they just shoved it away somewhere.
Yeah.
And I really hope they bring it because now basically that the crafters are getting shafted at the moment. So you basically have to farm them. You basically have to farm the sets now.
Yeah, the fact that they've brought jewelry in for these sets though does lead up to that. They're gonna let us create jewelry.
Hopefully, there's going to be a change.
Yeah, hope. I mean, I would say it would be better if they would bring it at the same time. Because they didn't mention anything of jewelry crafting. Same for spell crafting. I mean, they say they have it in the pipe. But you know, housing is also in the pipe, and we now know that housing is coming. But housing is coming like in the first or second quarter.
Yeah.
And they are talking about housing for like, I don't know, roughly 2 years now, or at least hinting at it. And spellcrafting basically was mentioned in that QuakeCon panel, even with some screenshots and how it worked. So basically they had a system already. I mean, it wasn't maybe working perfectly, but they had a system and they basically put it away, and we don't know when it's coming, if it's coming. So, and the same way for jewelry crafting. They didn't show it, but they said, yeah, we have it. They had it in the alpha, as far as I know, even. So it was in the game already. And then they removed it.
But I agree. It is going to make a big difference because the same as what that I did for my character on BTS was I went 5.5.2. But for crafted sets, you can't go 5.5.2 for crafted sets because you can't craft jewelry. Yep. So a very, very good point. So, getting away from the sets, one thing that I was interested, well, I think everybody is interested in, is the whole one Tamriel thing itself, where you can right off the bat, you can go anywhere you like. That's not necessarily true, because there are some restrictions. If you want to get a particular area, you might have to travel across another area to get to the. You're not given all the locations right off the bat. But the leveling experience itself with one Tamriel, I was interested in, because I've had endgame characters, CP characters for ages now. So, and even though I love creating new alts, I haven't done for an awful long time. So I went on PTS and didn't spend any CP points, no champion points, created a level 1 character and headed off into the prison. And battle leveling that they mentioned even exists in the tutorial. When you're in the prison, you are leveled up exactly the same as if you were in Hrothgar. What it's done, and I've heard other people talk about this, but it's definitely true. What it's done is that mobs take longer to die. They're sort of slightly tougher. Your fights are slightly longer. For a level 1 character, it means that you're going to have to keep an eye on your resource pools a little bit easier. A little bit more. But then again, it makes more sense once you start building up a rotation in game now. If you're soloing in game now, and you step out of Davon's Watch, you don't get to use a full rotation. Your rotations mean nothing until you come up against a boss. So you've sort of no practice, you've no real idea how either end game or wailing on a boss for 2.5 minutes is going to end up. It's wham bam, thank you man, you've killed your mob, and you run on to the next one. So making fights take a little bit longer, I see as a little bit more positive. Making the game slightly harder, and it is only slightly, but slightly harder from the get-go, is a good thing. And the DPS is exactly the same. It's exactly the same as if you went in Hrothgar. Your DPS when you get out of that cell, when Lyris breaks you out of the cell, is the same as if you went from that cell straight to Hrothgar. There's no difference. The mobs are the same level. Your stats. I'll give you an example of the starting stats in the tutorial as you walk out of the prison cell. I had 17k health, 15k magicka, and 15k stamina, with nothing on, no armor on, no food, nothing. So you're starting a level playing field.
You battle level to CP 150. That's how it works.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. And when you battle level to CP 150, essentially the main thing you need to worry about is ensuring that your gear level matches your character level. And if it doesn't, that's where you're going to start experiencing the problems. I've never gone into. I mean, let's give you an example. I've gone into Hrothgar with a brand new character as I started because I was tired of leveling in the normal questing zone. So I just took my brand new character and went straight into Hrothgar and thought I'd play there. But I had, 600 champion points to play with, so it was fine. I was okay. But I reckon if I didn't use those champion points, I would have found it a lot harder to play that game.
Yes.
The other interesting point is when you do go to Hrothgar and you play like that, often you'll find you drop sets that you can't use. That's not going to happen in some of the other zones. So I think when you start with a new character, just make sure that you're always running around in gear that's equivalent to your level. Because if that drops, and you're suddenly on level 4 gear, but you're a level 10 character, your battle leveling is going to be severely hampered. So you need to make sure that your gear matches your level. And I think that's where the crafting sets is going to become quite important. You're going to have to craft for every level.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I do. I do
5 levels.
Yeah.
What do you craft every level?
Not every 10 levels.
Every 10, yeah.
Craft every 10 levels, yeah. I mean,
it isn't needed. You could just use the ones you pick up. You don't have to craft, because every time you kill a mob, it's going to drop an item that's going to be your level, and that's going to increase your damage. But I think it's going to be a lot harder now for new characters that don't have any champion points, and they're going to go into this beginning stage dungeon, even that prison in the very, very beginning, and it's going to be difficult.
I'm glad you tested it. I didn't notice a massive difficulty jump.
Right.
To be honest, I didn't notice a massive. Fights take longer.
Yeah.
But I didn't notice any sort of massive jump in difficulty.
But you've been playing the game for a couple of years now.
Well,
imagine brand new player, going in there suddenly 17,000 health. It's going to be quite strange for them as well. Like as they get higher level, nothing's really going to change. They're still going to be stuck on that 17,000 health.
Yeah. I wanted to touch on the difference, to see if there was any difference between a level 3 character and a level 50 300 CP character. So actually, what time are we on? I tell you what, while I wind up for that, shall we run another competition?
Oh, good idea.
Yep.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Let's see. We have a birthday, but who has the birthday? I think Alith has the birthday. So the word for this competition now is Alith with a capital A. So like I typed. So type Alith to have a chance to win 20k gold. In-game, of course.
And away they go. Yeah, I keep looking onto. I keep looking at the chat, Twitch chat, expecting everybody to start typing immediately, and I keep forgetting there's a delay.
A little delay.
Just a little bit of a delay. Yeah, and there they go. So yeah. I was really interested in a direct comparison of what would happen going from a level 3 character out of the prison, with no champion points, with what you could pick up on your way through the prison, and my level 50 300 TP character. So what I did is I went to Bleakrock with the level 3 character with no CP, and this was just to look at what XP, how the XP scaled. And I killed a skeleton.
Liver as well.
Yeah, killed a skeleton on Bleakrock, got 47 XP on a level 3 character. And it sort of took a little bit longer because you've no skills. You've not that many skills. So that was fine. No surprises there. Then I went to Auradon to kill a trash mob, to kill a bear in Auradon. And there's not a vast amount of difference in mechanics. A Bleakrock skeleton, an Auradon bear. There's not huge amounts of mechanics difference as to what they can do to you.
Yeah.
Other than maul the crap out of you. And the difficulty, there was no difference in difficulty. It was pretty much the same. Took the same amount of time to kill that bear as it did to kill the skeleton in Bleakrock, and I got 47 XP. So there is no advantage, shall we say, XP wise or anything like that, or difficulty wise, going to what amounts to a Cadwell's Gold area to kill your mob. So then I did it the other way around, because you would, the classic thing, which is why they brought in one Tamriel, is if you're level 50, max CP, and a friend of yours joins and wants to play with you, it's utterly pointless you going back to Bleakrock and playing with them, because
for sure.
you see so many people standing around healing people. Level 50 characters are healing people at level 3, because that's basically all you can do, really, because you've only got to look at a wolf on Bleakrock if you're level 50 and it keels over. So what I did was I went back to Bleakrock, waited for the same, and it was the same skeleton. Deliberately picked the same skeleton, waited for it to respawn, and killed it. And it didn't take quite as long, but it took pretty much the same amount of time to kill the skeleton, and I got 2,800 XP.
Oh, it's good to hear.
Which is pretty standard, standard. That's what you would expect to be getting at that character level.
Yeah.
Then I went to Auradon, waited for the bear, the same bear, waited for the bear to respawn. Pretty much the same difficulty. Maybe I had more tools at my disposal, and my resource pools weren't they weren't running out as quickly. Exactly the same, no difference in difficulty. It was a trash mob, pretty straightforward to kill, and I got 2.8k XP.
Yep.
So you can go to Bleak Rock and play with your buddies that have just joined and still be getting
the same XP as you'd expect. Yeah.
As you would expect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Oh, just as a reminder before we carry on, Chris. For everyone, the word was Alith. It's 20k gold. Get your word in quick. I think Belle's going to be doing the random generator in a few minutes, so make sure you've typed your word, Alith.
So my question was, and I'll address the question to you guys, is if everything's flat, if the playing field is level throughout the whole game, how am I going to measure my progression? What's the progression going to feel like? Whereas, because the differences in the two examples that I've just given, the only thing that it felt different were sustainability and the number of different ways that I could kill that mob. You know, how am I going to feel more powerful as I level up? Is it the ability to fight more than one mob, flashier spells and abilities? You know, how am I going to feel challenged by the content if everything's a level playing field all the way through?
Did you check the health on the mobs though? Because I think that will change. So I know that you're scaled to CP 150, so technically you should be able to go anywhere and fight anything at any level. So I do agree there is going to be an element of lost progression. You're not going to feel like, oh crap, I shouldn't be here. I should go back to that original stage because this is a bit too difficult. But I think that's what they were trying to remove, weren't they? They were trying to remove the fact that you have to start in Bleak Rock, then you have to go to, you know, and follow that progression path. I think they're trying to remove that, so you could literally go anywhere in the game. But I'd be interested to know what the mobs are like in the Rift versus, say, Bleak Rock, if you're a level 3 character. Now, I think the concept is supposed to be that you could go straight to the Rift and start your quests there. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you port to somebody in a different zone now, you actually automatically unlock, doesn't matter where you port to in that zone, you automatically unlock the first way shrine in that zone.
Yes, that's
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
And I think that's part of this, isn't it? It's part of where you port somewhere as a new player, you can port straight to the beginning way shrine, and you should be able to start the progression quests from that point on.
The first ones are open. I think they said it. So the first ones in the areas where you started silver and gold are now open from the start. So basically, I think you go from there. I think they still want you to do the story quests from the start, and then progress, but they just open up everything. So if you have like friends there, you can basically port around.
Yeah, if you go to Oregon, there are ships that will take you. There are little boats and little ships that will take you to other Alliance territories, and you can travel within the. You go to Oregon, and from there you can travel to other places in other Alliance territories, or you can go to other places within Oregon. You can't go to Green Shade, by the way. You've got to travel up halfway across the map to get to Green Shade, so it won't take you to why, I don't know, but it won't take you to Green Shade. But there are, I think, either 3 or 4 NPCs that will transport you about within the various alliances. So the transport options are very, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think the change or the difference will be either the HP bonus or the HP change from the area. I mean, they already have that in if you go into a dungeon or into a trial. So basically, there is already some scaling with the health and stuff. Yeah. And I think the other thing will also be the abilities that the NPCs and the monsters will use, because if you're going to the Starry Island, it's like one attack or one ability that you use, but the higher you get, so in the Rift you have monsters that are doing, like if you go for the trolls, they are having like, I don't know, 2 or 3 different abilities.
The mechanics.
So
yeah.
And also in the dungeons, I mean dungeons and trials and group dungeons are a bit different system wise, but still the higher you get normally in the area, the more skills the monsters are using, depending on which area of the thing you are. But normally the NPCs use more abilities, like a thief type or a tank type. The monsters have their specific things, but I think that is a change from the starting area to the higher areas.
So we have winner for the second competition.
Yes.
And Sana, congratulations.
Congratulations, Sana. Well done.
20,000.
We're a bit late in congratulating you. Everyone else congratulated you first, but well done.
So yeah, I mean, I agree that as I say, the differences that I noticed were, from my player's point of view, were sustainability, where your magic pool or your stamina pool is going to drop exactly the same as if you were a level 3 character in a level 3 zone. So if you're involved in a long fight, it's going to be harder. It's still going to be harder. And the number of tools that I had, and that works both ways. The number of tools that the mobs have to kill you is going to change.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but yeah, those were the sort of like the little questions that I was thinking of. You know what I mean? What's going to happen to that? Because I like a carrot on a stick.
It is going to be interesting.
Feel as if I'm making progress.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting, definitely.
Well, I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's going to be good. I've always liked Hrothgar for what it offers. And I like, for example, when my dad started playing the game, he started playing a lot longer after me, and it was always a challenge for me to go and play with him because it was kind of pointless. There was literally nothing I was gaining from it.
Yeah.
Whereas now that's going to change. Yeah. But I agree, from the feeling that you get right in the beginning. I remember somebody asking me, "Oh, please come and help me. Please come and help me." Right in the very beginning when I first started playing this game, and I was like, "Yeah, okay." So we grouped up, and this guy took me into Craglorn, and I was like a level 20 or something, and I had no clue where I was. I didn't even know Craglorn had been released yet. And he's like, "Yo, just come with me," and we're running around on a horse trying to get somewhere. And this guy took me to fight this mob. He's like, "Yeah, help me kill this guy," and it was insanely difficult. And I just went to him, "Look, I don't think I'm quite prepared for this level yet, so I'm going to go back to where I was. But you carry on and struggle." But yeah, I get what you're saying, and I do think that's a bit nerve-wracking, but we'll see.
Should be easier now, right? I mean, they're changing Craglorn too. Now you can do it single or in a group of 2.
Yeah.
So I think that should also help. I mean, some people were already finishing that content even solo, but I mean those were like the min-maxers. But I think it's good for really the casual people that really want to see that content of that area, that they can now do it. And I mean, it's easier to find a second person than to call on for a group and have like all the classes that you need for it, like a tank and healer and 2 DPS or whatnot. So I think it's a good change, I think it refreshes the area a bit again. I mean, so because I didn't do it, I did it on my tank because it was at the time when it came out.
Yeah.
And on all my other characters, I didn't do it. I mean, on one, I really did close to everything solo that was possible. Some things weren't even possible quest-wise. But yeah, I could only do that on my DD. But on my tank, it wouldn't be possible to do that content, let alone Shada's Tears or whatever. So you couldn't do that solo or whatnot. So basically, you have that achievement left. Yeah. And I think it's a good change.
It is.
I agree.
I'm really pleased about Craglorn going. I mean, not everywhere is soloable. You know, you're not going to be able to do a anomaly. Anomalies, I speak from bitter experience, are not soloable. It's like push the button, dead. That's it.
Oh, I've done those.
End of story. Show off.
I've done pretty much everything in Craglorn solo, but there were certain things, and I think this is the big change, isn't it? There were certain things that you just couldn't do solo. You had to have 4 players in your group to stand on platforms or to do some mechanic that will allow you to get through, and that's what they've really changed, and also lowered the health.
They've changed the mechanics. The main quest line is entirely soloable. Although for some reason I was under the impression that things like the Shattered and the Lost, that quest line was part of the main quest line. Apparently it's not, because it's still group content.
Okay.
So you can't go to it's not the, is it the Anomalies? So yes, it's the Anomalies. I was thinking of there's the Celestial Anomaly. Yeah, and then there's the Anomalies where you get where there's the stone.
Yeah, you have that red thing in the middle, and
that's right. Yeah, yes, they're still group content.
It's like a group boss, I think.
Yes.
They're counting like a group boss.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the not the Shard. What's the area with the big Spellscar?
Yeah.
Spellscar is, and it tells you if you enter an area where it's group mobs, you get an alert on your screen that says entering group area or leaving group area.
Okay.
So if you're into immersion, it could be a bit immersion breaking, but even so, it's good because you know, walk too far down this road and you're toast. So
yeah,
it's a good thing. I'm looking forward to revisiting Craglord to do that. So
yeah.
It's also for the sky shards, because sometimes I even didn't bother about the sky shards because I knew that there was like a boss like 3 Lamias or whatever it was back in the day that was pretty much unbeatable solo.
Yes.
So
yeah.
it's a good change. I like it. Yeah.
I do. It'd be good to go back with some of my ults. I've done it with my main, but good to go back with some of my ults because I've never bothered, and that's probably why. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. One thing we touched on was the UI changes.
Yeah.
I've not looked into all of them. 2 that sort of stood out for me immediately, which you'll notice was as soon as you start leveling or getting loot of any kind, is that in inventory display now, you've got, as you know, you've got your paper doll at the left hand side there, which shows you with all your gear. And they introduced the new stats window, which gives you a rough idea of your stat, a sort of like brief idea of your stats.
That was a while back.
Yeah.
It was a patch before that, yeah.
That's right, yeah. So in that inventory view now, if you hover over a piece of gear in your inventory, your stats will change in your stats view so that you can tell, is it going to be any good for me? Is it going to improve stats? What stats is it going to improve? They'll pop up with a little arrow and it will go green if it's good, and if it's going to reduce your stats, it will go red. And that's something that's been in MMOs for a long time. It's been in World of Warcraft for I can't remember how long, where you hover over and press the shift key and it tells you what the changes are, what the differences are, rather than
yeah. I think it was in Diablo as well from the start.
Yeah,
it was one of the nice things about Diablo. You hover over it, highlights in green, tells you exactly. Yeah, that's a good set. No, it's not such a good set. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, they had the system in basically when they had the soft caps. You also had that red and green beside. I mean, you had to put the gear on to see it, but
that's right.
But they basically have the space already there, or should have it there that came implemented.
And the other thing is the combat bonus display, which if you go to your character stats display, which is the bit where you assign, your magicka, your health points, or your stamina points, and literally it's very, very simple. I think it's got room for improvement. Is that up on the top right hand corner, there's either 5 or 6 black stars or stars with outlines, and that's your combat bonus indicator. If you've got really, really good gear and you're getting the most combat bonus, the most bonuses to your abilities from your gear, all those stars will be filled. They'll all be white. If you got no gear on at all, those stars are black. So the way that I looked at it is that as you level up, it's going to give you some indication, because that's going to drop those stars are going to drop
Yeah.
off as you level. If you start to out-level your gear, those stars are going to drop off. So I thought that was quite a good idea. You know, you're getting some indication of, can I get better gear for my character? Yeah, because I've only got 3 stars out of 6 or 3 stars out of 5. I need to start looking for better gear. Have I out-leveled the gear that I've got on?
I mean, for your personal information, it's good, but they really should not open it up for everyone to see, because then you have that elitism again. What?
right,
You don't? You only have 4 stars? I don't go in group with you.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
agree.
that. I think WoW has that. I mean, WoW has that or had that, where you had like that equipment level with like a number or something.
That's right. Yeah.
So I mean, we already have the CP, but people normally don't see the CP. Oh
Yeah.
no, they see it. They see it.
They see it now. Yeah.
So basically, you have it already, but that would even further encourage people to not take people in group if they say, you only have like 3 stars or like 4 stars, and you're not worth to join us. And I'm happy that I hope they don't ever activate that.
No,
I
they
mean,
won't.
CP is already enough.
Yeah.
I mean, CP is good to know, so you know, I can't join that group, because for trials it's okay to know that, because one person can really make a whole raid fail, as sad as it sounds, but it is that way if you're not good enough.
Yeah.
At least for end game content. Don't want to sound elitist, but it is that way.
It's a good and that's something that I would
really
do.
that star system or whatever they bring in, and if they update it or whatever, please don't ever make it so people can see it, because
you don't want to be able to go
that
and
can
press
really
the
destroy the social gameplay.
Yeah, definitely.
I think what it's for is because of how important gear level is when you battle leveled. I think that's the point.
Yeah.
You know, if you're really struggling and you battle leveled, you know, they're going to be saying to you, go look at your stars. You've got 2 stars or 1 star. You really need to be looking for better gear, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
personal information, it's great. So you
Yeah.
know, I forgot maybe to upgrade that gear slot or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's okay. I don't know if it's for every gear slot or in total. I haven't checked.
No, it's total.
Yeah,
it's total.
It's a rough indicator. Yeah.
It also depends when it upgrades, because if you are wearing like blue 160 gear, is it also already 5-star, or
it's
when
based
does
on
the
your
5-star
level,
start?
character level, and then when you hit
but I mean
character level 50, it's based on champion points.
Yeah, but if it's based on champion points, what happens if I have like a all blue gear that is 160? Basically, it's the highest from the CP status. But do you have then 5-star? I mean, it's still not the best to have only blue gear. So it depends. Will it switch to 5 stars only if I have everything in gold, or like a half purple, half gold, or a mix or whatever?
I think once you hit CP 160, it will start taking into consideration the quality of your items.
Yeah, because that would make sense, because otherwise, I mean, as soon as I reach max level and I have a 5-star, then it's basically obsolete.
No, it will take that into consideration. I don't know this, by the way, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, my level 50 character, when I put those 2 sets on, well, those 3 sets on, had 5-star, had full stars filled. So that was telling me that I was getting, I don't know what it's telling you, whether you get maximum bonus or whether it's an indicator. They were purple, sorry. Yeah, they were all purple. And the 5 stars was filled. So again, it's probably going to be a leveling thing, rather than by the time you get to level 50 and you've got 300 champion points, you're going to start looking at gear and saying, no, that's no good for me, really.
By the way,
rely
30 more champion points with the update.
30 more, indeed. 30
so it's 561. If I'm correct.
The champion point cap gets further and further on the horizon for me.
Is it 571? Is it
no, it's 531 now, I think.
Yeah.
And we're getting 30 more. So 10, 10, 10. So it should be 561.
561. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only got another 261 champion points to get before I get to cap. Or before they increase it again.
Yeah, but it's faster anyway for you. If you're far behind, then it's even faster for you then. So
yeah.
So we do another competition?
Do we really want a 3rd competition? Yeah, we said we do. So okay.
Yes, why not?
Okay, so even though they are not here because they're very sleepy, The third word will be, I'll type it in, cats. I wanted to present my cats.
Now you've
but
entered the competition.
Yeah. Now I did.
Not allowed to enter the competition.
I'm not a lucky person, so I won't win anyway.
Oh.
No, but yeah, they are very sleepy today, so
Speaking
I
of
can't
luck,
present them.
speaking of luck, shall we talk about the elephant in the room? It's not coming with one Tamriel, but shall we talk about the elephant in the room? Crown crates.
I hate them.
Because
I
our
don't like
Jesus
it
does
either.
not love me for a sunbeam. I can tell you that. I
Right.
will not be dropping any money on
No.
crown crates.
Who
I
was
don't
testing
see
it?
the fun in it. I don't see the fun
Wasn't
in
it? Wasn't it Deltia that
Deltia was testing.
tested it and said that you need like 200 crates or something like that to, or I don't know, well, maybe a bit less to even get that item that you really want if you want it, something like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much are those crates? 400?
That
400, I
yeah,
think.
that
Yeah,
see that
400.
that was the one thing that I found interesting and slightly disturbing was that under normal circumstances, if you're on PTS, every single item in the crown store is one. There are no prices.
Yeah.
One. So you can buy as much as possible. You can go in there, whack a load of, of your 5,500 that you start with, buy everything on the crown store, and you can test it all out. Crown crates, and I found this really disturbing, is that are currently on the PTS 400 crowns. They're 400 crown points. So you can't go on to PTS and buy 5,500 crown crates, whack everything into a spreadsheet, and come up with what odds and what drop rates. That was the way that I saw it, is that they are deliberately
Getting us from working out the odds. Yeah.
The odds. They don't want you to know. And I found that really disturbing. What I think they should be won, so that you can go and say, oh yeah, these aren't a bad idea. Look at all this, this loot that I'm getting that I've bought for so many crown crates. But you can only, I suppose what you could do is you could, over the life of the testing period for crown crates on PTS, is log in every day and just keep buying them. You keep buying however many that you can get for 5,500, because I have no idea because my mental arithmetic is terrible.
Pema did that. She's saying in chat.
Did she? Yeah.
Actually did she tested it. They were just filled with a load of crappy potions and.
Yeah. So, they are filled with stuff that you don't want. And admittedly, I mean, if you get a purple item and then the very next crown crate that you open up, after that you get the same item in another crown crate, you get awarded a certain amount of gems, which you can then go on, and there's a crown gem section in the crown store. So if you're after that flashy mount that's allegedly in the crown crates, if you're not getting it, you're getting repeat items, duplicate items, you're going to amass a certain amount.
No, you don't get duplicate items from the important ones. You don't get duplicates, because they said if you have like a mount already and you would get that mount from the crates, I think either you get something else or you get those crystals.
You get crown gems. Yeah. So you're going to build up crown gems as you go along if you buy enough crown crates. But the price of it, what they call an apex item, which are the flashy mounts, and other things, they're 400 gems per item. So that you could realistically drop a huge amount of money into the crown store. And I mean, it's gambling, it's watered down gambling, because it's real world money just converted that you are handing over to Zenimax for the chance of getting that mount. And if you don't get that mount and you get a few duplicate items, that then gets converted automatically into crown gems.
And the good thing is it's only cosmetic.
It's only cosmetic.
That's the only good thing, because if you want to spend that money, go ahead, spend that money, get your glowing mount or whatever, do it. I mean, I don't care if you have like a glowing mount. I mean, it looks maybe nice, but I don't really need it. So, I mean, it's okay. If you really want that, pay the money. Pay the money. I mean, it helps us too, because they can produce the game furthermore. So.
Yes, they're in
Well,
it to
agreed.
make.
But
They are a business. Yeah.
there are vulnerable people out there that
Gamble,
kind of just
Yeah,
and I
that's the
I don't
other,
like
that's
it.
the other side of the
I
coin.
don't like it. But anyway, whatever. I don't really care about cosmetic
As
things
long as
anyway,
it's not
so.
pay to win, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So yeah, having got Sparkle Pony out of the way, did either of you play World of Warcraft?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I went on once or twice.
I bought Sparkle Pony because I played it for years. Yeah.
Played it like 6 months or so when
No,
my ex played it. I also played with her.
yeah, I played it for years.
Competition time.
I bought Sparkle Pony. Do we have a winner?
Do we? Oh, it's rolling. Here it comes. Let's not miss it this time.
We get it later anyways, most of the time. There we go.
Congratulations.
Tofik, well done, mate.
Tofik, well done.
Awesome stuff.
Congrats.
So yeah, I purchased Sparkle Pony and various other things, mounts from the store for Blizzard, and some of them, which it was a very, very good system. You bought it and they gave money to charity. So I thought that was a good system. So you ain't going to get that with Crown Crates, are you? No. Yeah. Buy the gamble.
really.
And we'll give part of the money to charity. Really?
Did you
Yeah,
ever
they
find out how much they gave for charity? It's
No,
probably
but I mean they do those
It was,
special
to be
things where
fair,
you
the
can win
ones that-
like $1 million or what, but it also went to another player or something. So
Oh, that. Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
I mean, I think they did something with like giving money to like a organization or something. I think they did it already, but still,
yeah.
it's like
I bought a
that's like
petty.
Bethesda
Yes.
as a whole and not Source. So.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I bought a pet in World of Warcraft for $6.99, and they gave $5 to the charity, which, yeah,
Okay.
that's fair.
That's a
Done.
high percentage.
At least they said they do.
Yeah. So, daily quests. Daily quests are a thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You mean guild daily quests?
Guild daily
Guild,
quests.
Fighters,
yeah.
Mage Guild, Undaunted.
Undaunted. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really know where they sort of fit in on the
Wow.
grand scheme of things, because
I think it's a way to grind, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a way to grind the points because
Yeah.
people are saying, oh, it takes me so long to get Dawnbreaker, oh, it takes me too long to get Meteor and stuff.
But
Yes.
it's
And
ridiculous.
I think the most thing came from, sorry to interrupt, the
No,
Undaunted,
yeah.
because Undaunted was sometimes hard to
that was the hardest
to
one.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're all hard, I think.
You-
I mean, if
Yeah,
you,
but
if you grind
I
your character
personally
and you
struggle
try and
with
do fighter
Undaunted
skill. Yeah,
because the Undaunted starts later. The other ones you can do pretty much when you start the game.
level 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found Mages Guild very, very easy to level up because books are bloody everywhere, and you can get an app for that.
It's a pain, though. It's a pain.
It is. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to like port and run and port, and it's boring as hell
Yeah.
when you're grinding that. I don't like it.
Now,
And I
the
don't
cav-
like grinding Fighters Guild either because you've got to stand with all those zombies. So it's so irritating. But I think the point is that this was supposed to be grindable, but from what you were saying, Chris, it doesn't give you much.
The caveat is, for every quest, it's a daily quest.
Yes, daily.
A daily quest, you get 10 points.
Yeah, so it doesn't really do much for
You're going to
grinding.
level up very quick getting 10 points a day. Really.
Yeah.
Seriously, guys. You know what I mean?
I think
Um,
first level of Fighters Guild's like, is it, what, 600?
600. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that experience, though? Or is that deaths? It's deaths, isn't it? It's actually deaths.
Is it deaths? Yeah.
Undead deaths. 600 undead deaths gives you first level, and then you got to keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But having said that,
Yeah.
they're good fun.
Oh, we have a cat on screen. I mean, a tail on the screen.
Yeah, they're good fun. The first one I did was an Undaunted one, which sent me back to Shroudhearth Barrow up in the Rift. And in Shroudhearth Barrow, there's the Delve boss. He's in a room all by them, pretty much all by themselves. I think they've got 2 trash mobs with them, but there's a specific place, And what you had to do was just a little bit of an extra mechanic. You had to light the 2 pyres in the room before you killed the delve boss, because I did it the other way around. I killed the delve boss to get to the pyres, then lit them, and I had to stand about 15 minutes waiting for it to respawn.
Really?
But yeah. So you light the 2 pyres next to the delve boss. You kill the boss. I really couldn't see any increase in difficulty, to be honest. I got 8.1k XP from the kill. Whether that's any different, I didn't notice whether it was any different to doing it without the pyres lit or anything like that. But that's what you do. You go back to the quest giver at the Undaunted camp. And the reward for that was, with a level 50 300 CP character, was 49.4k XP. 332 gold, which is a bit of a random number. Starting off a new achievement, which for that level was called Risk and Challenge, and it goes up. There's achievements. There's no reward at the end of the achievement chain, which I thought was a bit poor, but 10 points in Undaunted, and you get an Undaunted Merits container, which is a little bit underwhelming, because in that container were 5 Essence of Health, a white chest piece, a white shield, and a white mace. They were all white, and they were all CP 160 because my character was at that level. And 3 health food and 3 health drink, all at white quality. So you vendor junk basically, or you can break them down.
Yeah. So it's not bad experience though. I mean, it's about half of a pledge.
It's pretty good experience. Yeah. Mage's Guild was amusing. I'll not spoil it for everybody, but there was lots of puns involved, and the Order of the Eye needed your assistance. That sent me to a dungeon, the Greenshade Public Dungeon, where I had to pick up a relic that was heavily involved with Gareth. And that was in the group challenge area. It didn't require me to complete the challenge. So you could, in theory, if the challenge had just occurred, go in there with no mobs in there and just pick up the item and leg it. And I got 32.9k XP, 332 gold, again, a guild merit container, and the start of an achievement line. The container had a green CP 160 glyph, 5 Essence of Magicka, and some junk, basically, some armor and a couple of weapons. And the sort of like the theme goes on again with the Fighters Guild. Now the Fighters Guild ones I found harder, because although depending on how many players there are around, it could make it really, really easy, which was to destroy dolmens in the Rift,
right,
which are now slightly more difficult, thankfully. So I soloed all 3 of those. It was destroy 3 dolmens, still doable, still well doable. Even got 2 generals, which were still well doable. And again, merits container, 332 gold, only 8.2k XP.
That's weird. But you probably got a lot of XP from the dolems.
Yes, yeah. Start of a new achievement, and it's the same sort of thing with the container, Essence of Stamina, 2 pieces of armor and a weapon, and a Draugr style material.
Okay.
Which is fair enough, and some poison. So they're good fun.
That's some good notes there, Chris.
Yeah. I'm reading all this off the screen.
I can tell.
Yeah, so they are good fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's just something else to do daily for
It is.
all those who've completed all their quests, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
It should also help that the repeatable quests are now do now have another color, as far as they said. Just don't know if.
Okay.
Do you know? Did you check it, Chris, on the PTS? Do the quest givers have a colored arrow, or is it just in the quest tracker that the color is different? Did you see a daily.
Yes, the
repeatable?
arrow above quest givers.
Okay, that's good then. That's good then.
Is a different color. Yeah, some of them are blue, and some of them are the standard sort of
Okay.
white.
That's good then. That's good then.
And that color changes on your compass as well. So yeah, you've got an indicator as to whether anything's repeatable or not. So
yeah, so you can see.
Yeah,
it's good.
Good stuff. I've exhausted my notes now. Did you? Do you guys have anything that you wanted to chat about?
I have some points left, depending on our time that we have. But well, let's get over the quick ones. The quick ones that I wrote down are Undaunted Plunder is now available in the trials. So basically, when you currently now, if you finish on hard mode, which basically only the hardcore guilds are doing, you get like a Undaunted Plunder or an item that is worth like 10k once a week. And now you can also get now after the patch, you can also get Undaunted Plunder that's worth like 1k gold. But I haven't read it in detail. I don't know if you get it every time or if you only get it once a week, also like the 10k. I think you get it every time, but I'm not sure.
That would be yeah, that's a nice
It makes sense, I think, because it's a bit difficult to get gold in this game if you're just doing kind of dungeons and stuff.
Let alone the repair costs.
Yeah.
Because even if you don't die, the repair costs are like 1,000 or so if you're doing a complete trial. That was a short one. The other short one that I have is that they are converting the special I call them door items in the Imperial City to key fragments now. Yeah, the keys are now converted to key fragments, and they are also opening the vaults in the White Gold Tower and Imperial City Prison. So I mean the amount still stays the same, but as far as I could read it, they basically unified everything into one. So basically, you can use one for all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how I read it.
They were a pain in the butt to collect. So. Gareth, what about you?
I think the challenge was really about collecting the ones you wanted for the gear you wanted.
Yes. Yeah.
So at least now, if you've got like a stockpile of ones that you don't necessarily want because you don't need the gear there, if what you're saying is right, you'll be able to use them for the gear you want. So that's going to be an interesting change. No, I didn't have any notes. I was just going to discuss yours. What you got left, Jared?
I have 3 left. One is weapon ultimates.
Yeah.
And I just made a remark for me. Is the shield ultimate used by everyone?
Yes, anyone who's using one-handed shield can use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, if you the ultimates, as far as I know, only go active as soon as you reached level 50 in your skill line. But still, the ultimates sound not too bad, as far as I could see. But the shield one, if you read it correctly, it's really, really good. And as far as I know, it's even more better because it's very cheap. I think it's like 100 or something. So it's like the Undaunted.
Yeah.
The Undaunted ultimate. So it's like a 100 or so. And then you basically have no costs for like 6 seconds or so. So basically, even as a tank, I don't even have to hold block. And and for the morph, I think you even for the duration you reflect incoming projectiles, which I think only magical ones. I think it's only magical ones, but if it's all, then correct me, but I think it's only magical ones. And if I'm talking about trials again, then that's a really good ultimate for Rakat when he does his pew 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 thing. Same like Lord Grievous does in ICP, that ball smashing thing.
Yeah.
So basically you can stand there, regenerate your stamina and chill for like 6 seconds, and it takes like 6 seconds or so. So if you time it right, then you can you reflect the damage That's good. You don't get hit basically, and you refresh your attributes. So
Yeah.
if that really works, then it's even useful for other classes. But as far as I know, you have to have. I don't know if you have to have a one-hand skill slotted to have the ultimate active.
No, I think you need.
I think
to
you
be
only have to
carrying
have 50.
Shield. It's just a weapon
Yeah, I
and shield
think-
on your bar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Do I have to have that? Do you have to carry a one-hand and
Weapon,
shield to be
yes.
active?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't
Okay,
have a one-hand shield,
Then
you can't
it's
use
then
it.
it's then it's okay. Then it's
Yeah.
maybe not used by everyone, because I was thinking, okay, if I level up the skill line and I just activate the ultimate,
Just have that as the
not
ultimate.
depending what I wear, then it could be a really good skill for everyone.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, no, I'm pretty confident that you have to have it in your bar. But
Yeah.
you know,
If you want to
you're
use
wrong.
the ultimate, you've got to have.
Yeah, it would make sense to be only active if you have that thing, because you, for example, if you're using Meteor or Dawnbreaker, you also have to have rank 10, but still you don't have to carry anything. That's why I
Yeah,
was
but it's not a
thinking-
weapon ultimate, is it?
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
weapon.
These are
that's
weapon
why. So I
ultimates
hope
based
it's,
on the-
it's really just for the weapon, because I was reading the forums and people are saying, oh, that shield ultimate, that everyone will run that now, and
Yeah.
Yeah. No, only if you've got the
Yeah.
actual equipment equipped. Yeah.
Demon just posted in the chat, or whenever he posted, I just saw it, that it only works when you have the weapon for the ultimate. So
But yeah,
okay, then it's good, because
Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
to actually carry the weapon.
yeah,
I've used
yeah.
the
Basically you have to actually carry a shield.
yes. If you use the shield ultimate, you've got to carry one. So Cool.
And the last point that I have is dungeons. They are now, or the pledge dungeons, they are now normal and veteran, and those that were already veteran are now 1 and 2.
yeah.
And basically, when you do the veteran version, you get the helmet drop 100%, and
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. You
awesome. I mean, you still have to farm the right one. I still want to have tokens where I can choose what I want to have, but that's
Yeah.
the second best.
The Undaunted keys that you get now on PTS, there are still 3 chests. They've sort of
But
narrowed
they are
the
not
odds a
gold,
little.
silver. They are. I think they are changed or they are based on the dungeons that they are for. So basically, you have like 10 dungeons that is that chest, and 6
That's
dungeons that is that chest, and
But you can use your keys with any
yeah.
of those. So yeah, the loot.
Basically, if you need a special shoulder, then you have a higher chance if you open that one chest.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah,
get you get one 100%, but from those 6 or 7 that are there, you have a chance to get.
You've got the chance. Yeah. 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 I mean, the problem is that the loot table is bigger now.
Swamped
So-
with prosperous and training.
Yeah,
That's what it
but-
is.
but at
Swamped
least you
with
can
prosperous and training.
Yes.
yeah. But at least you can at least a bit specify.
Yeah. You can have a general idea as to what you're gonna get. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want those tokens, though. I want the tokens. That's one of the only things that I like from WoW.
Yeah.
Tokens.
Don't worry. Well, I would say we've all played it. Yeah. Even
Yeah.
Bell played it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When we are at the topic, new monster masks. Lots of new monster masks.
Of new monsters.
Yeah, we kind of touched on those, didn't we?
That's
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
basically the same that we had when we talked about the sets. There are a lot now, but people maybe won't use all of them because they are not good enough.
Some of them are good. Yeah. Some of them are. A
Yeah,
bit
some of them are
There'll
good.
be a couple, yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to it definitely. So.
Yeah, I think
But
that wraps it up. I think I don't
I
have
think
any more
it
notes.
does, yes, 5th of October when it goes live. So
Sweet.
it's Wednesday, I
Yeah.
believe. Yes, Wednesday.
I'm in Spain.
Normally it's always a Monday or Tuesday. So.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that is, but hey, yeah, Wednesday. Maybe it's because of TwitchCon. Who knows? When does TwitchCon finish? Don't know. But yeah.
I didn't even know that there is one. So
Yes, it's at the moment. Everyone's at TwitchCon. So, yes, so that about wraps it up. I think it does. It just goes to say, thank you very much. I've got a pretty full list of people watching the show tonight. Thank you very much for joining us here on Twitch. And thank you to my co-hosts, Gareth Sarge. Thank you very much, mate.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
Good to see you again.
Always fun. Yeah.
And GeraintAmbrosia. Good to see you again, mate. Welcome back.
Always a pleasure.
Right.
Happy to join in.
And let's see. Have I forgotten to do the ending of the show? No, I haven't forgotten to do the ending of the show, only briefly.
We haven't ended the show yet.
We haven't ended the show yet. No. But it only, just to say, information-wise, go have a look at our website, www.alith.eso.com. It's got all the information about the guild and forums and how to join. You can look us up on Facebook. If you search for Alith ESO on Facebook, we have a group. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel.
Don't they always say click the like? Click the like. No.
If you liked the video, click the like button. If you didn't like it, well, so do you then. But yeah, please subscribe, like.
There's always be those.
Yeah. Search for us on YouTube under Alith-Cast. Please feel free to follow us on Twitch, you guys. Alith ESO on Twitch. Twitter, Alith ESO. Again, we have an official Twitter feed. Please follow us. Or feel free to email us, info@alith.eso.com, or contact us in game and somewhere on the screen. I'm not going to point because I got it wrong last time. There will be a list of officers displayed. So come say hi. And is it over there? I'm glad I can't see Twitch, so I have no idea whatsoever.
I don't know. Is it for me also here? There, or there?
No.
You're that side where you are now, yeah.
Yeah, you're down there, guys.
This one? There? Because I know the cats are there.
Yes.
Cats are there.
Yeah, that way.
And last but not least, and probably the most important, a huge thank you to all the members who make it an absolute pleasure to log in every single day. You really do, guys.
Especially all our promoted members.
Indeed, yes. So
For
that's
tonight,
it. Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Wraps it up, guys.
Don't forget to come tomorrow. Alith
Yes,
birthday
big party
event.
tomorrow.
Party time. Yes, we shall expect you all there.
Party time, excellent.
Excellent. I'm not doing
Bill
that.
and Ted.
Yeah, bogus.
Alith world.
Bogus, dude. Bogus. Catch you all.
Guys,
next time.
thanks a lot.
See you later.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
I know.